Hey everybody, Flip and Danny here, founders of the Freedom Real Estate Group family of companies, and welcome to another episode of our podcast, which is called
Freedom Through Passive Income.
That's right, and welcome to another episode, and we're in a series right now, and this series is how your personality dictates your returns, and today we're talking about Type C. And now, for those of you that are keeping score at home, Danny's at 98% over two personalities, and I'm at over 120% over two personalities. So I'm going for 180.
And the only reason I'm at 98 is because Flip wouldn't allow me to have 100 because I said I was 100% for personality type A. And then he chose 50 to 60% of A and then 50 to 60% of B.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see what I am of C.
So today we're going to talk about C. The idea here is to listen to the personality type and judge for yourself how much it applies to you. Mm-hmm. And with us, score yourself based on what you think, how it applies. And at the end, our last episode, number 6 of this series, we're going to put it all together, Flip and I included.
Right.
All right. So we're going to talk about personality type C, otherwise known as the value investor. So this personality type usually comprises introverts interested in details, which separates them from the rest of the types. They could turn heaven and hell upside down or inside out to find a fact they are interested in before taking it to pieces in order to restart the process. That sounds miserable.
Yeah.
They do not take things at face value and are interested in finding out exactly how things work. They think very systematically and analytically and make decisions based on research and information backing them up. Owing to this fact, they tend to be natural problem solvers because they focus on details and are able to notice and register things that other personality types may not as easily. Highly sensitive, they are also known for other character traits like being deep and thoughtful.
These people tend to shirk from social or human interaction. Arranging facts in a logical order is what drives these people. You can find people of Type C personified in accountants, in computer programmers, etc. These people find it difficult to get out of their shell and communicate with other people, but are extremely competent when it comes to numbers and logic. A reserved nature is the mark of a Type C personality, and they are very cautious as well. Risk-taking is not a very attractive option for these people who tend not to venture into something until they have gone over all of the facts with a fine-tooth comb. Being sticklers of detail and knowledge and priding in backing every decision with research, they do not do well with criticism. They are also overcritical of the people around them.
Yes.
Wow.
This sounds like some people we know.
Yeah, it does. It does.
And we work with. And I think you said before this episode, as we just read it once before we got on air, you had said, these are the type of people we want to have on our team.
Exactly. You know, you think of a football team, right?
Yeah.
So you got the wide receiver. The wide receivers are usually the tall, skinny, athletic, fast guys, right?
Yep.
But then you got on offense, you got the offensive line. Mm-hmm. Those are typically they're tall, but they're the big guys. Yeah. That's the beefy guys.
Yeah.
The beefy guys can't do what the receiver guys do.
Right.
And the receiver guys can't do what the beefy guys do.
Yeah. I'm
using technical terminology here for those of you that don't know. In football, beefy guys is the correct terminology for the offensive lineman. But that's it. You know, you got your quarterback who's the Type A personality, right?
Yep.
And then you got I would say the running back's probably your Type B personality because he's some Type A, but Type B. And then you got the beefy guys. These guys are they know they have a job to do.
Yes.
And they will do that job through thick and thin.
Yes.
You tell them, we need you to hit that guy and go and do this. They will do that every time.
That's right.
They don't think about it. They don't, the wind's blowing this way or the sun's coming from this angle and nothing matters.
Yes.
They know what they're doing every single time. Granted, the whole team does that. But, but they can't interact. They can't. You need each player. You need each type.
Yep.
Sorry for going off on a complete different tangent here.
No, I really liked it. There's 5 characteristics to this one. Have you mentioned them yet?
No, I have not.
Okay.
So the 5 characteristics are systematic, thoughtful, sensitive, cautious, and critical.
Okay. All right. So let's do our analysis.
Okay. So out of those 5. How many boxes are you checking? Systematic, thoughtful, sensitive, cautious, critical.
0.
0
for me.
Okay.
What about you? I wish I was thoughtful. I actually tell Tina all the time, she's very, very thoughtful.
Oh, well, geez, now that
She's like the queen of thoughtfulness.
I was going to say I was thoughtful, but then you said
You
said something about Tina, and
No,
I'm not
you
even...
might not reach Tina's level of thoughtfulness,
Nope.
but you
Nobody
are very
does.
thoughtful.
Nope, nobody does, except for Tina. Yeah, so I would say I would check 2 of these boxes: thoughtful and sensitive.
Okay. All right. So what percentage do you give yourself for that?
Another 50 to 60%.
And that's stop it.
Well, that would be, that's 20 to 40%. So we'll write that down.
Okay, all right.
I'll trim these all
You'll
down.
trim them down?
Yep, eventually.
All right. So 20 to 40% for Flip, and Danny gets 0 again. Flip 20 to 40% because you did 2 out of 5, and Danny 0%. Okay, so those of you listening, you're supposed to be doing the exact same thing, even if it's in your head.
That's right.
Trying to figure out where you fall in all of these. And I'm not going to go through the other cards. I did yesterday, but it's, you're just going to have to go listen to the other episodes, because that's what all of this is about, is listening to exactly what was said here. And again, on the very first series introduction, it's Total Balance Blog. Well, we're taking this, just want to give them credit. They're the ones that actually did the article that I read and therefore printed it out and decided to make a little bit of a game out of it to discuss our personality types and figure out how that applies to our investing personalities, and then how it translates into returns based on the types of vehicles that we invest in. And I just thought it was really fun to do.
This is awesome. I love it.
Yeah. So we've got our scores for today, tomorrow, or in the next episode, depending on where this lands in the week, because we've got our lives and our Monday Motivational Mondays.
Right.
But depending on where it lands, we're going to be talking about the last personality type, D.
Awesome. Well, make sure you're heading on over to our website, freedomcapitalinvestments.com, to join our investor club, and make sure you're checking us out on all the social media thingies and
Platforms.
doodads and whippets and doodads, and also Googles and YouTubes and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, notification bell, hit subscribe, do the reviews, all the cool things that we always forget to ask for, but we really appreciate it when you do it.
Yep. Oh, and the heart button.
Yes.
Remember that?
Yeah, Smash, Hulk smash, the love. Man, we are so good at being a little bit more intentional about asking for your help, because it does help the algorithm. So that was our intentional way of hint, hint, hint. Please, please, please.
Well, we like to end all of our episodes with
invest smart,
live happy. Bye, everybody. Nothing on this show should be considered specific, personal, or professional advice. Please consult an appropriate tax, legal, real estate, financial, or business professional for individualized advice. Opinions and information on the show are not guaranteed. All investment strategies have the potential for profit and loss.